Hey, it's James from Free Electrical. On today's video, putting some solar on this roof. Here we go. Right, so it's on to the job now. So what we're going to do is install these JA solar panels. We've got Sunsynk batteries, so Sunsynk's amazing brand. We'll show you that soon, but yeah, we've got to fit an inverter. It's got batteries on it. We've got to fit these, so these tend to go on a flat roof. We've got a lot of sandbags behind us to weigh down the panels, and then there's two to go on like a little pitched roof. But yeah, let's see how we do it here. Right, we're straight into it then. So this is the system we're going to be putting in. So essentially what we've got is supply coming in, little fuse board, and then what we're going to do out of this fuse board is going to be a Type A RCD protection. It's going to be on a 16, so it's like a 3.6 kilowatt. It's going to go via an isolator, generation meter, via an isolator into the inverter, and then what you're going to have is two DC isolators with two strings. So there's going to be, I think we might split it up. At the moment it's 10 and then 2 for your roof, but what we'll probably do is split that into like a 6 and a 5, just so it balance out the loads. But yeah, that's just what we're doing. We've got on the roof, the pitch roof, we've got some solar, some kind of the basic micro generators, but we'll show you that. We won't try and get too technical at the moment, but yeah, that's what we're doing. That's the kind of logic behind it, but yeah, you get to see it in real life. So here we go. All right, so into the job then. So we've got those little bush sheets down. I did have me what do you call them? My little overshoes, but it's a lot easier just dust sheets down. But yeah, we're getting to the loft now and have we end up dirtying them up with fabulous, won't we? Right then, so got some fixings ready for his brackets. Here's his Sunsynk battery. That is well heavy. What are we, 48 kg net weight, or 55 kg without packaging. So yeah, it's got some quite hefty gear. So it's going to bob up it loft now. So on this job, you'd try and get the inverter and batteries in like a garage or something. Just because they weigh so much, so you try and keep as much of weight out as possible. But on this one, look, we've got a nice wall there we can fix to. It's like a wooden clad, but what we're going to do is just drill through that wooden clad into the brick, and then we've got a nice solid surface for this inverter to sit on. So it's just sat on insulation on this little fluffy cloud for now. It's so heavy. But yeah, we're going to get that mounted over there now, so we're going to get all some bits up and get this mounted. So, oh, we've got Ellis as well. This is Ellis. Hello. So he's just having a little trial day today. So he's doing alright. He's being very respectful to the customer and that. So, flipping that. We'll see how he does. Cheers. There we go. No, you don't want to pass him a drill bit first. You get used to that. You'll drill something at pass one, you'll burn your hand. There we go. So I'll bob up next. What do we need? It's just a PZ2. So I got one of them in my pocket. So yeah, we're good to go. Let's have this insulated. It's quite hard to feel where the joists are. You can generally roll your foot over and you can feel where the joists are. Like, what is this? There's pipes and everything around here. A bit sketchy this actually. Alright, I'm gonna have to get two hands on this. Alright, we'll get the bracket off here then. I won't be happy with this. How easy it's to lose screws here. So all these fluffy clouds will just help protect the inverter, to be fair. It's not going to get damaged or anything, is it? So yeah, it's just kind of rolling on insulation or fluff. So there's two screws to each side. You do not want to lose these because you'll never find them here. It'll get stuck on a bit of woolen curl and you're screwed then. So let's get that bracket off. You're going to remember which way it goes. So I'll shove it on its back for now. Right there, it's going to go like that. He said fix it to here, but what we're going to just drill through that, and then fix with some longer screws, just so we don't kill it. Oh, I don't trust myself leaving them there. They should stay there, not lose them. Right, we'll get this fixed anyway. Yeah, I just realised you couldn't see a thing then, probably. The light's terrible in here. If I do that, it's just pitch black in it. But yeah, so we've got that up. So what we're going to do is get this inverter mounted next. So we'll get that set up there, and then there's two screws that were left down there. We'll get that screwed in to secure it. There we go, that's him up. So we've just got these two little screws in. If you look through the side here, let's bob him in. A few little twists. You probably can't see this side. Yeah, for some reason GoPro don't like low level audio either, so I need to speak up. There we go, get that in, and that's first bit done. So if you look under here then, should have done with it off wall, but essentially you got PV1, oh man, don't like that, right, PV1, PV2, so that'd be one loop of one string of solar panels, that'd be one loop of another string of solar panels, and then you've got your two batteries terminals I think on this one, yeah, pos and neg, so just connect to your pos and neg battery via a breaker, a battery breaker, and then you got your comms ports, so these just allow you to get your CT clamp in there, and you can have like your internet as well if it's far away, and some other bits like you got a gen, so you can start a generator off this. So with this Sunsynk, they're quite good. So they use it a lot in South Africa. When the grid goes down, it'll send a signal out, because this will go right, grid's down, sends a signal out to the generator, like a petrol one. It starts up, and then that charges. It's like that will charge the full system, and the whole system runs off the generator. So there we go, so that's your gen start, and then you got two loads, so you can have critical loads off this. So some people use these for solar diverters because it's got that built in, so you can run this to like your hot water tank, so any excess solar it'll send to the hot water tank, stuff like that. So really smart stuff. And then you got your grid connection at the end, so it's just live, earth neutral. So we'll get this panel open, you'll see the terminals, and then we'll get the rest of the kit mounted. Right, so as you saw before, right. So as you saw before, from that diagram, so working back, we'll have some DC isolators here. So for string 1, string 2 goes into your panel. And then from here it goes to an AC isolator. Down there, we're gonna have to tack him along and around. So down that end is the fuse board. So we'll have to go into an AC isolator, then your generation meter, and then your fuse board. So there we go. And that'll be job done. So and then obviously we've got to wire up the solar end, but the roofing guys are coming to fit the panels, and we've just got to wire them up and get the two strings into the DC isolators. So not too bad of a job really. Right, then we're just prepping these then. So what we've got the PV ones. So what we'll do is just get these in. So we'll cut out 20mm top and bottom, 20mm top and bottom. So it'll come in off your roof, string 1, string 2, and then string 1, string 2. So we're going to split these 6 and 6. So I think there's 10 on the roof and 10 on the flat roof and 2 on this pitched roof at the back. Roof is not here yet, so we've still got panels out here. But anyway, but yeah, we'll get all these pepped up. So 20mm, 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 20mm. We'll bang these little compression glands in, and then for the AC, we'll just bang these in. So what we're going to do is just run a 6mm indoor cable, because it's just all indoor. Just because I ain't got a 4mm. There we go. So yeah, we'll get that running. Check that. Yeah, that's right, Big Bertha's coming out in a bit, so we'll have to crimp these cables onto some lugs. So I'll just give Ellis the bits to do it. We'll give him a go, see if he can handle the beast from the east. There we go, so we've got these fitted. So it is Ellis, isn't it? Yep. So keep going, is it Ellis? Yeah, Ellis had a go at trying to get these fixed. He didn't do too bad, so he slipped off a few times, but you just got to burn through that plastic essentially when you're fixing those. We've got a big battery breaker in there. So again, at the middle will be pos, next will be neg. So we have pos and neg into your inverter, and then pos and neg into your batteries. So we'll do that shortly. But next we're just going to get this AC isolator mounted over here. So we'll get it mounted over here, and the cables can come into the bottom of it, and then we'll got AC back to your board. So let's do this next. Yeah, then up we go. So we've got that cable clipped in, as we see. It's indoor, we're just going to run that 6mm, which clips nicely along there, goes to the fuse board. We've got Ellis running the CT, so we're using the data cable. You basically get you get 4 twisted pairs, so pairs means 2, so you get 8 cords essentially. And what we're going to do is use 2 of the cords to do pos, and 2 of the cords to do neg. So I think we use orange and brown for pos, and then we use green and blue for neg. And all we'll do is just attach that onto the CT meter. So your CT clamp just clamps around your incoming cables. It measures the load for the full site. So with that, if you measure the load for the site, you can go, right, we're generating 2 kilowatt from the solar. We're using 500 watts, so we export in 1.5 kilowatts. But what we can do is say, right, don't zero export. What we're going to do is store that in the battery. So 1.5 goes to the batteries, and then the batteries charge up. There we go. And then obviously if it goes the other way, so if it shows that you're pulling from the grid 500 watts, it will pull it out of the battery 500 watts. So you're not even paying for electricity. It's using the stored battery power. There we go. Trying to make this really simple, but it's really hard. Right then, are you listening as well?
Yeah.
I know. I fell. Alright, we're a bit further on then, so we've got his 6 mil in and out. Again, the inverter side is like a, have a look, 3.7, I think. I can't see, 3.6. It doesn't need to be a 6 mil, but it just, well, we didn't have a long enough 4 mil bit, so we've done it in 6 mil, which is fine. So pos and neg, if you look under there, there's pos to the left, and pos there, neg there, so neg to the left. These need to be the same length, so it's the same resistance. There we go, that's for discharge and charge reasons. Right, little battery connection. So this is your battery breaker. So it's a bit overkill, that's massive, but we're going to have some 80 amp, no, I think 50 amp fuses in that. But we can also limit this inverter for that battery load, so it'll never pull more than that. There we go. Right, so what we're going to do, there should be a knife somewhere, some snips. We'll show you one, and then what we'll do is get Ellis doing one. So basically, when you poke it in, I don't know what you can see, but you basically want the braid. You want to look through that little hole at the end, and you should see the braids kind of past that. So hopefully Ellis is listening really intently, because he'll be doing this next. There we go. So just going to go around it like that without chopping any braids. I might even give him the knife, which will be a bit easier. And then just pop it if it will pop. Don't want to pop. It's a lot easier with a knife. Twisty twist, get him on. Right, so once it's in, you're going to see some little braids popping through like you can. Right, so we're going to set this up. Just clean it a bit. So we're going to set it up to 25 like that, with it closed. Open him up, and that little crimper thing goes up into the bottom of it and crimps your cable in. So you just want to make sure your cable's in, that's flush, cable all the way in, and then you just give it a little like that. And then you just want to take it out a little bit, little twist, give it a clamp again, clamp again, clamp again, all the way to 16. Oh, that's like a rough guide, this, really. And then once that's in, you just give it a tug. Right, big tug, and it shouldn't pull off at all. So that's solid, that. So that will go here. So you'll have one for pos, one for neg. So like I said, these need to be the same length, so that'll fasten on there like that. So you just undo that. I'm trying not to lose it. That'll go through there like that. This will come into the top. And there's like a top piece to put on here, which you'll see in a bit, but there you go. Once we get the thread right on that, it'll tighten in. I need two hands here. But there you go, that'll tighten on there, and then we'll fully tighten it up with the, there should be a, where's that little wrench thing? Under my bum. There we go, so you make sure it spins to the right. That's solid now. So that is one nice connection. Obviously we've got a bit of black around that. Black tape or heat shrink, whatever. Well, black tape now. And that's it, so that's one connection done. So do you want to do the other connection, lad, then? Alright. Oh, so swap places. Oh, I'm going to stand up. Yeah, you're going to balance on these little pieces of wood. It's not easy, is it? We let him going through the ceiling early, didn't we? There we go. Right. Here we go. He's got his. It's a very fiddly. So get just hold that there. That's it. Hold that there on your leg. Just open it up slightly and get him in. Now load. Yeah, just balance him there. Right. Have you got that in? So just. Yep.
That's it. It's not pushed in.
That's it. That's it. It's a very delicate operation. Don't put your fingers in there now.
I don't fancy doing that. No?
Just gently get it in and I'll check it. You're in, yeah. Right. But the weight of that will just hold it in place, so that's it. And now just balance it. I'll check it all. That's pushed in end, yeah. It's in there, and this is straight, yeah. And you're clamping there, so you just want to push a little bit more through. Just push there. Stop. Let that go handle. There we go. And now just give it a little squeeze in. Can you do it? This. It will hold itself. Just lift the handle up again.
Want that to fall out?
It won't fall out because it's don't pull on the lead, obviously. Yeah, go on then. Oh no!
No, I've lost my fingers.
There we go. He's got it clamped. Right. So what you want to do is just undo this, open up the handle slightly, and then just a little turn, and then clamp again. A bit more. Clamp again. All the way till 16. Ready? Let's see how strong it is. We'll do a 2 turns. Is it on 16? Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's this side. So have a look. So 16.
Yeah.
No, it's on 25 still. Right, keep going. Keep going. Give it some willet. Come on. it is hard. Yes.
Oh.
Let's see if I can do it. Right, so there we go. Then we'll get some made. Let's see what. Get it. There we go. Right.
There's just a lug there.
You what?
Then look a lug there.
Making look a lug. Like it. What a pun. Right, so that's solid that, yeah. So just give that a little tug test. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's not coming off. Right. So get that. It's gonna go behind. Well, go in front a little better actually. Take that off. Get that in there. Get them tightened up. There's your thing to tighten it. And then that'll be this section done. There we go, so it's in Hardy's Cafe, some fancy farm shop. It's got like, you know it's fancy when you walk in and there's some random pelts, like fairy balls on that when you walk in. On the counter where it's like £5 for a sausage roll, you know. How you find it then? You find it right, Alice?
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, a bit different.
Yeah.
Better than college?
Yeah, easily.
Easy better than college. Yeah, that's good news. That's good news. Turns out the roofers are not turning up, so we're gonna have to put it on. Sorry. Oh, sorry.
It's all right, there you go.
So we're gonna left me drinks. So what we're gonna have to do is do the roofing. So it's just on off like a ballast system. So the roof is there just to speed you up to make sure you get done on time. But this means we're gonna have to work a late one tonight. So it is what it is. But we'll get it up and running. We'll show you how to do the full install then. Oh, that one gorgeous there. So yeah, we're back on site now. Let's get some fancy cow milk. Cow juice. Alright, then we'll show you this bit of it then. So it's come from your fuse board by an AC breaker. Yeah, so what we've done, we've got an AC type A, AC RCD there. We've got the breaker there. Flipping out, I'm just balancing here. So it goes from board to AC isolator to meter and then out to your circuit. So that's what we can see here basically. So it's hard to say, but we've gone from cable comes in, goes into it, goes board to AC isolator to meter out to your panels here. Well, I can't speak. Out to another AC isolator, then into your inverter to DC, and then out to your panels. So that's what we've done here. Right, we've powered that up then, so that's looking great. It's like we said, we went fuse board, isolator to meter to other isolator to inverter. So that's that. So I've got this ready for CT connection. We'll do that in a bit, but what we're on with is this base. This is a big battery. It comes with a base. We're just screwing these screws on now. I'm going to basically attach this to the wall with some heavy fixings, and then this should sit on the wall with those big fixings. So that's the plan. Alright, that was a bit heavy then. So what we've come up with, best option is for this this battery is to sit. There's basically like a big stone wall here with some wooden planks on. So these things are like 55 kg. So that's the best place for it to go, is just sat on here. We try to get it up onto this, but yeah, it's just not gonna go. It's just too heavy. But yeah, it's supposed to sit on like a big bracket with these big raw bolts, but we're just not getting any fixings into this brick behind, because yeah, it's very heavy, should we say. Yeah, what we're doing now, let's connect up the battery then. So you need to make sure, like we said before, that these cables are the same length. So we just chop these down, so they're the same length now. So we're getting plugged into the battery. So you literally just plug them in like so. There's a little click, and we'll have to wire the it's a 25mm 10 on that, and that'll come along, and then plug into pause over there, and then neg to over there. But yeah, we're just gonna leave a bit of length on those, and then we'll get that connected up properly. And there's just some it's called BMS cables, so that's a battery management system. So what we'll do is just bang that into the in of this. I think it's the in. So look, yeah. So come into that, and then that just goes up into your. It's called a CAN port, which is that top left one up there. Yeah, and then that'll be this all wired up and set up with the batteries. Obviously we've got all this casing to put in, and I think it's the 80 amp fuses were in there. Or the 60 amp, sorry. It's 4 AG cable, so it'll be 60 amp fuses on that one. Yeah, let's get this wired up now. Oh, it's just got a bit of solar cable form out sent out. Just label them up, so we'll have PV1 positive, PV1 negative, and PV2 positive and PV2 negative. So I'll just get this sent out. Alright then, we're just up on the roof then, so just getting these panels fitted. So we've got these two roofers. What's your name again?
I'm Grant, Mike.
Grant and Mike. So these are helping me big time. But yeah, if you look down here, we've got these the two strings come out then. That's what we've done. That just basically goes up the flashing and into those two DC isolators. So what we've done is send PV1 into this panel, then into this panel via a device called a Tigo. So it basically just puts these in parallel. So when these aren't producing as much, it's not going to bring down the yield for that string. So there we go. So we've had these lads build up these little frames up then. So essentially you've got like a rubber pad that stops the metal frame digging in, and then we're just weighting them down with these bags. So it's doesn't take much to really keep the system held down. So here we go, panels are going in now then. So if you have a look then, they're all pitched at 30 degrees. So optimal for sun. But yeah, I think south's that way. That's how it's done. Yeah then, let's crack on and get this put up. Hey, that's it all in. Looking stylish. I can send you some pictures, yeah. Right, so it's inside now, so they all clip round nicely, go up and out. So I'll get some labels on them shortly, but just to show that the DC labels. So DC, but we're just going to set this to volts now and just make sure we get some voltage coming through. So just go on there to there, and then so 237 volts. Cool. Same again, there and there. 236 volts. So because it's the same number of panels, we should be getting roughly the same voltage. We'll just test the amps now, so I have to plug it on amps, and you do get a little flash when you do this. So we're going to go from there to here. There we go. Oh, I don't always like testing these, but put it on like that. So we're getting 3.21 amps. It's that little flash. I don't know There we go. And then 7.83. There we go. And that's it. So we're getting some amps too. I'm just going to put these covers back on. I don't know if there's any other way you're supposed to be testing this. Every time you just get a big flash. I'm sure you can get some leads that just plug in, and you can plug into the ends of them, turn it on and then turn it off, but I haven't made one yet. Right, I'll come back once this once I get these on. Right then, so these just need tidying up, a little tie up in there, but we've got isolator 1 on, isolator 2, and then we'll just turn the DC on now. There we go, DC on. We should start to see generation on here. So DC lights just kicked in. It's now sensing the load and the voltage. And what it'll start to do is invert. So it'll take that DC voltage. I'm sweating. Look. It'll take that DC voltage, converts it, and starts charging the battery out of it. So let's come out of this. Let's have a look. Yeah, eventually you'll see solar generation here once it kind of calibrates. Here we go, so we've got some solar at the moment, so come out of that. There we go, solar. So MPPT 1 is doing 396 watts, 189 volts, 2.1 amps, and the other one's doing 2.4 amps and 440 watts. So there you go. So that's us done for this episode then. So we've got these 2 panels in behind us, so they link to these 4 over here. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So these are weighed down on this like ballast system. They're weighed down by these bags. Unfortunately, the wholesalers, this little mid bracket, they haven't come with that, so we're going to have to get one of the lads to come back and just put a mid in and an end piece in, and then that'll be this job done. But yeah, it's a nightmare trying to get kit at the moment. You just ask for stuff and it just doesn't turn up, or they just send, you'd order more than you need, obviously, just in case bits break. But yeah, they're just not sending the right amount of stuff, so it's a bit annoying. But yeah, if you like this kind of content, hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the little bell notification so you know when next upload. As always, have a good one from me, and I'll see you on the next one.